Alright, welcome to Rainbow Comics, Cards, and Collectibles, 3310 South Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Quick look at the outside of the store. You see our really cool logo that my wife designed. Our store hours basically 10 to 6, except for Wednesday and Friday 10 to 8, and then Sunday noon to 5. Take a walk in here. You can see we started out, we got a bunch of different pops to look at, some McFarlane figures for sports. Of course, we need some beverages when we're kicking back talking about comics. Some more pops. Let's get right off the heart of the subject. We will go to our new comic book wall for the week. Back to the right. Basically, this section of the store is our new comic book wall for the week. So every Tuesday night we will come in and we will change these out. Basically, the comics from last week will transfer over here to our last week's new comics section over here. If the comic book is more than a couple weeks old, it will go over in here into our, basically we're going to call this the current comic back issues area, selected alphabetically. So for example, here we've got, Monstrous, we've got Secret Wars. These get changed out basically as we take comics off of the last week's wall. Because Star Wars is so hot, we actually have a standalone rack for all of our different Star Wars comics. As you'll see, we've got plenty of current back issues of all the different Star Wars comics on hand. We have our kid-friendly comic area here. See a really good selection of kid comics. I have a 3-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 12-year-old daughter. So they're my 9-year-old's really into reading comics. The 12-year-old, of course, is typical preteen, not very excited. You can see here we have all the different long boxes for the I guess what we'll call non-current back issues. Of course, all sorted alphabetically. Both these racks and then on the floor as well. So we have a really good selection of back issues out, available to be searched. We try to have really good lighting. Up kind of on our ring up here are kind of the more collectible issues, the more expensive issues. Golden Age, Silver Age we have behind the counter. These long boxes here are basically complete sets that we have put together. So again, sorted alphabetically, here would be a complete set 1 through 12 of Elf Quest Jink number 1 through 12. That complete set there. Trade paperbacks, we have kind of the more mature section back here of all the different trade paperbacks and graphic novels. We have some more sets here on spinner racks, and more and more and more trade paperbacks and graphic novels here. Hardcover and soft cover here. Action figures kind of start here. This entire wall over here, basically the entire west wall, there's a ton of different action figures, and then on all these little standout racks here as well. Our dollar wall, we have a cheap comic book wall. Basically we change these out from some of the stock we have in the back room. We'll lower the price to $1 and try to blow them out. You'll see this week we've kind of got a bunch of the Woods, Popeye, some Superman, Batman as well. So a good selection here for your dollar cheap comic book wall area. We have Magic the Gathering single, and then some grab bags that we kind of put together from collections we get in. Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We've got Magic the Gathering cards. Of course, the new one, Shadows over Innistrad. There's all our new Magic. We have binders of different Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Magic that are more the rare. And we have tons of different Magic singles as well. I believe they all should be searchable on the internet on our website. HeroClix, we've got singles, a ton of single HeroClix. Kind of some different statues, unique items here, collectibles and vintage. Here's some cool statues. We have statues here in kind of these call-out cases here. These old jeweler cases, I believe, is what they are, where we got them. Of course, the new previews is out. T-shirts. We've got different T-shirts there. We've got more statues in this bump-out case here. We have all kinds of different comic book supplies on these shelves here, as well as some of our baseball card and sports card sleeves and supplies as well. Vintage Star Wars. We have a pretty large selection of vintage Star Wars. Some of it's still in the box. Pop Star Wars, pop vinyls. I will get back to the Magic stuff over there in a second, Derek. Thanks for bringing that out. I just went over it, but you might have missed it. Bunch of different G.I. Joe posters. We have a ton of Spawn. If you're looking for Spawn action figures, give us a call. Send us an email. We'll see if we have it in stock. Muscle cars. We've got a bunch of die-cast. These are the 1/18 scale models. We have, of course, a bunch of Hot Wheels, Johnny Lightning, Muscle Machines, and a lot more of the 1/18 scale muscle cars. Board games, yes, that is a good point. I skipped right over the board games section. Just some different collectible items here. More antique and vintage glasses, plates, vintage board games that we're trying to blow out, get rid of some really old board games. Basketball, football, display cases, baseball cases, box for sports cards. Here's our games. We've got, again, some more of the vintage, older games here. And then here's our board game area. The X-Wing miniatures, of course. Settlers of Catan. We've got all the different expansions. Imperial Assault. Legendary. We can help you get all the legendary stuff. The deck building. Quirkle is a fun game. Munchkin, of course. Here is our X-Wing miniatures. And Armada as well. Star Wars Armada and Star Wars Imperial Assault. Sports cards. We've kind of got some different sports card singles here in the front showcases. These are mainly the local teams, the Minnesota Vikings, Minnesota Twins, Prince comic book, some Walking Dead. These are some of the more collectible comic books, collectible items. Check out the cool Thor statue. Sports cards. We've got our new box sets. Of course, we've got all the Gypsy Queen, the Topps baseball products. Brand new Panini is carrying the NFL, so the Score NFL is the newest NFL product, and Topps will not be carrying NFL anymore. And we have a ton of different singles, old vintage. We put some different team grab bags together for the kids if you're looking for a cheap gift option for the kids. Some of our more select cards here. The Bowman Stan Musial, Johnny Bench cards are all behind the glass showcase. We've got football cards, individual Pokemon booster boxes. We do have some Pokemon booster boxes. Basketball. More baseball. Let me go over. We had a question about Magic. We've got our mini helmets, our NFL, and a few select college as well as baseball mini helmets here. We have been, well, we've been in this location since 1999, and Dice Masters, all our Dice Masters selection, HeroClix. Rainbow's been in business since 1984. We've been at our current location since 2000. Those again, we had a request to look at Magic. These are kind of our Magic singles. There's our Pokemon booster boxes. I think we have over here. So give us a call, send us a Facebook message if you're looking for a particular item. All of our new Magic, new packs, unopened. Oh, John, I can't take you in the back room. That'd be like giving away all the secrets. I might do that, though. And we have different, like I said, for our Magic rares, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh rares, we've got lots of binders of the different rares. And then we've also got boxes of all the different Magic cards that we've got, sorted by deck or by release. The back room's a mess. I'm not going to show you the back room. Maybe I'll do a back room tour later. And of course, John, you can get your own individual tour. Check out these. Mopey's plush. Deadpool. What else do we want to look at? Batman. What Batman? You want to look at the new Batman comic books that are out this week? We have, I'm going to throw Batgirl in there. We, of course, have Batman 51, Batman 66 meets the Man from U.N.C.L.E., and the big one, Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. Batman on the cover of the Aliens trade paperback. Oh, Batman. Let's take a look at all our different Batman comics. Start here. Black Panther, we have a pretty good selection of number ones still in stock for Black Panther. I think I've kind of covered, we've got a good selection of the bust banks here. The different Marvel, DC Comics, Star Wars, bank busts. I don't know if I showed the HeroClix packs and bricks. Yes, that trade paperback had a, I'm not sure, I'm not familiar with it, but it basically had Batman was on the cover of the Aliens trade paperback. We have some more Star Wars, of course. All of our Spider-Man comic books, the current ones. Yeah, so vintage Star Wars stuff. You want to go back there? You want to look at something in particular at the vintage Star Wars section? Once again, you guys need to get in here. We are at 3310 South Minnesota Avenue. We have really good, these mystery minis are really cool. You don't know exactly what you're going to get. Be a good gift for a birthday, for a niece, nephew. Collect the different little vinyl figures from those mystery minis. We've got My Little Pony. Alright, vintage Star Wars. You can see we've got the Bespin. Of course, a bunch of Ben Kenobis. Han Solos. Ewoks. Anakin Skywalker. Some of the larger figures as well. Let's see here, back behind here, we've got some different vintage Star Wars as well. I think we just sold all of our Millennium Falcons. Our TIE Fighter we just recently sold. We got a Land Speeder there, Snow Speeder. You should come and spend hours here. It's a great time. We love it. We've got some movie from the original Star Wars release, that was in the movie theaters promoting the movie, that we don't have priced out because I don't know if we want to sell that. Posters, yeah, lots of fun stuff. So once again, RainbowComicsandCards.com. We do have a lot of our stuff on the website, not everything. So if there is something you're looking for in particular, feel free to send us a Facebook message, send us an email. Talk to you guys later. Again, subscribe to our live events on Facebook and Periscope as well. Thanks, guys. RainbowComicsandCards.com.